Hi, everybody. It's Dave,
This is Courtney.
and we are the Counseling Geeks. Hopefully, you guys have been watching our videos. We've done quite a few at this point, and a lot of them have been about COVID-19 and mental health and taking care of our mental health during this time. But I think the last couple we have ventured off of the COVID-19 issue and just started talking about counseling. And of course, we had planned to a certain set of videos based on, comments, suggestions, all that sort of thing. Well, some pretty strong uh, suggestions and issues have come up. And so we had decided to again, take a break from where we've been going and answer some of these questions that have come up. So our video today is actually over the next few videos. We're breaking this up over quite a few of them. A question came up about um, the political extremes, right versus left, whatever we want to call it. And so, of course, since we are always on the subject of mental health, there is some mental health that is involved in political extremes or whatever we want to call them. And so, what we want to do is in this video, break them down, give a general idea of what they are, and then over the next few videos, explain how that works and how you connect mental health to that. So today, we have run across an article, and I'm going to butcher the person's name or the people's name, and they are Jan Willem van Prugen and Andre P.M. Cruwell. And I apologize if you're watching and I butchered your name, but I gave it my best shot. Anyways, they wrote an article actually last year in the what is the name of the?
It's the Association for Psychological Science.
Thanks, Courtney. And the title of this is the psychological features of extreme political ideologies. And so it was a great article. Courtney and I have been digging around for, of course, mental health and political ideologies, and we came across this and agreed that it's the best. It breaks down 4 features of the psychological parts of what happens when there is political extremism and points them out. So that's what we will do today, just go over them quickly, and then we'll go into more detail in the next videos. So the first one is psychological distress. And that is a factor that they have said makes it difficult or puts us in these situations where we do become extreme, whether it be right or left or what have you. And what they go into with psychological distress is that there is this need for us to feel significant, and that we're always on this quest to be significant. And when those things become threatened, when people disagree with us or we disagree with other people, that becomes an issue. And it starts us down this path of getting to be extreme. And it's one of the first things that we look for. Like I said, we'll go into more detail about it in the next video. We just wanted to go over these 4 features. The next one is, Courtney.
The next one that they talk about is cognitive simplicity, and it's probably not what you're thinking. It's just really talking about whenever somebody is experiencing this psychological distress, people look for very simplistic categories to kind of put things in, to just, help them wrap their heads around certain events or situations that are going on right now. So you're going to see that many of these you know, overlap and they lean into each other. So with that psychological distress that Dave's talking about, this is, you know, something that could happen where people just become very, you know, very much black and white thinkers, to help relieve some of that distress.
And that leads to the third one, which is overconfidence. When we get into black and white thinking and oversimplify things, then we become extremely confident in those things, and we only tend to listen to, you know, things that support our thoughts, and it of course increases our confidence that yes, we are right, and it forms again the path towards our next one, which is, Courtney.
Which is intolerance. So with that overconfidence and feeling that your standpoint is right, or what feels right for you, might lead to looking at other people or categories, and you know, maybe thinking that they're less than or very different from you. And this is across the spectrum, in the sense of like when we're talking about, you know, the left and the right. You know, there's different reasons for and different categories for intolerance depending on this extreme ideology that, you know, some people have. You know, and right now I think one of the reasons why we kind of wanted to tackle this too is that right now there are so many layers to our society, right? There's everything that's going on with, you know, COVID-19. We are, you know, seeing more and more as far as like politics around things, and, you know, why you might be seeing or hearing from even, you know, your own family members and seeing these very extreme points of view. And as we go through these next several, you're going to see that me and Dave, we're Switzerland. We are just stating the facts of why this is psychologically impacting people, and really does play into how we view the world and how we view each other, which plays into cognitive behavior therapy, which Dave talked about several videos ago. So you're going to see that this is all very much in line with mental health and why people might be reacting the way that they are.
Right. And yeah, Courtney, just to go along with what you had said, is that we are in such a politically hot time in our lives. You know, there's, you know, like you said, the coronavirus and the response, and whether we should open or not. There's an election coming in November. I mean, it's going to get hotter, I can imagine, and we all need to keep our wits about us, because we, you know, here in the United States, of course, we are one people, and we are getting more and more divided as time goes on, and you know, of course, our wish as Switzerland is for everybody to work together and to get through these times and find some common goals and deal with it. So that's again the reason that we wanted to go over this, that there is a reason why people do go to extremes, and we're going to visit those, look at them, tear them apart a little bit, and hopefully at the end be able to talk about how do we get through that, how do we, with this knowledge, how do we go about dealing with each other, and of course from a mental health perspective. So that's our video for today. We got some good stuff coming, and hopefully you'll find it interesting.
All right, well,
thanks guys.